Alright. Let's talk about Hanzo. Here we are on Dorado in the spawn room. One of the things I like to do with Hanzo, kind of warm up. Usually just shoot cactuses or shoot whatever little objects are in the spawn room. Hanzo, to me, is one of the characters where you gotta be warmed up to use properly. It sounds a little like elitist, but I feel it's true. He's very dependent on as good aim as you can get to be effective, otherwise he's pretty ineffective. So here I am shooting stuff, trying to stay warm, and going out the flank. And like the Junkrat video, I take a little peek here to see what's going on. Here I see everyone, the whole team here. So what I do is I fire a sonic arrow to help my teammates, and I just duck off. And I kind of make a pretty straightforward entry up here. And then I see a Mercy and a Hanzo, and I start missing my shots. So right here, what I did is I wanted to use this geometry here as cover, so I shot out this railing here so I could use the geometry as best as I can. So it makes for a pretty hard shot for my opponent, and I'm just gonna kind of camp it. I'm expecting this Hanzo to come around the corner with his bow knocked, kind of like slow walking over, and kind of shoot from here. That's what a lot of shitty Hanzos do, is they knock their bow and then they kind of slow walk around the corner. And I'm trying to catch this guy while he's doing that. And you can see, I want to go back a little bit, my cursor is right about where his head is, right there. So that would be a perfect shot if he had his bow knocked and was coming around the corner. But he didn't. He's a decent Hanzo. Jumps around. I flub badly at scatter arrow. Now I'm kind of queued up here, hoping to catch him as he jumps around the corner. I shortly realize he's not, and get a little jump shot on him, which was nice. Now, a little, I guess, sneaky tip with Hanzo is jumping. Jumping, you could jump and charge an arrow, which accomplishes a couple things. It keeps you moving at a decent speed while the arrow charges, as opposed to walking and charging. Also, it makes your opponent's head hitbox a little bit easier to hit because you've got a little bit of elevation. So if I was on ground level, his head hitbox would be just slightly smaller. Right now it's a little bit bigger in comparison to his body. I take advantage of those two things and get rid of that Hanzo. Trying to kill this pesky Reinhardt. Things are looking pretty good. The team has rolled. And usually once, like when I'm playing a flanky Hanzo, once stuff's cleaned up, I transition into holding that area. So this area is secure. We've got it. We're pushing the cart. So I want to set up to keep that hold. So what I do is I fire an arrow here, looking for guys that might be coming up here or in here to try to waylay them and keep our momentum going. So I saw that McCree, and I'm expecting him to come out this doorway. He doesn't. He's kind of shooting a teammate, and I end up picking him. There's a little pesky Bastion back there that gets taken out easily. Got Hanzo again, a little short on that shot. Right here I'm pissed that no one's pushing the cart. So, here's another trick with Hanzo. See this geometry here? Archways like this, Hanzo could do some pretty funky moves in the archway. So, show this move I did. Went back a little bit too far. Anyways, so I'm here and I see my opponents, I'm shooting them down, a Junkrat appears and starts spamming in my general direction. That's kind of bad news for me. I'm not going to get a good I can't really take him out because he's behind this lip, and these bombs, if 2 hit me, I die. So I see him incoming, and I take one, and in an attempt to avoid the other ones, I climb the wall, and you can see as I climb up the wall, I kind of bounce off of the curve, and I'm in the middle, and see these bombs coming in here? Those surely would have hit me if I didn't climb the wall and jump over and fall down in the middle. I would probably be dead. So I do that, and I try to drag in the Reinhardt, or dissuade him from blocking for his team. It's fairly successful. I push him off to the side at least, and the team is able to kind of get in there a little bit more. Now, kind of going back to trying to flank. Do this Hanzo again. Get a decent shot, I guess. Miss a Mercy, and a Mercy res. I should have probably killed that Mercy. I don't think I would have. That's a pretty tough shot. I mean, I'm lined up here, kind of predicting her path to go this way, out the door. That's where I'm expecting her to go, because looks like she's in trouble. She's discorded, and Zenyatta's kind of shooting at her. So it was kind of, when I saw her, expecting her to go this way. So I was kind of set up for that, and she flies, reses. But Hanzo gets taken out. Start missing some shots pretty badly on that D.Va. Now, this part of Dorado, this arch here, there's a way to get up it with Hanzo. It's very fiddly, and I fail it and give up. But there's a way to get up it with Hanzo and Genji, I assume. This is a basic tip for Hanzo. When you're up against a tank, pretty much always use Scatter Arrow. Scatter Arrow defeats the highest damage you can do, and usually it'll take most tanks down pretty far in health, and you can finish them off. Just kind of pushing the cart because no one else really feels like it except this McCree. Still pushing the cart. I prefer not to push the cart as Hanzo, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Just trying to take the shield down, secure or push even more. Another very simple tip for Hanzo is use Scatter Arrow on shields. This one I miss a little bit. If I was more inclined along this path, I would have got all these scatters into the shield and done some decent damage to the shield. But I get most of them in. Just dragging to keep pushing them back. Right here, I'm kind of afraid of that Hanzo. Kind of using the art for cover. I think I heard him somewhere. I heard an arrow. And here I go, trying to flank again. To secure the momentum. Getting some bad shots. Zenyatta's flanking too, I guess. Alright, something I want to talk about for Hanzo, for like general utility, I guess you could say, his role. A lot of people seem to want to use him for long range sniping, kind of like a Widowmaker, but a little bit more mobile. I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like that's not how he should be used at all. I feel like he's much better to be used, I guess you could say, in the pocket, not like pocket medic and like that scenario, but like kind of like the American football quarterback type pocket. So fight just behind your teammates and get picks that your teammates are intercepting. That seems to be the best way, and usually that's best in pretty short ranges. So from here to the Zarya, I'd say that is pretty ideal Hanzo kill range. I mean, if you get good at headshots and you get good at judging arrow charge times, from here to where that area is ideal. That's where you're going to get kills really consistently and help your team the most. In that sense, it's great. You could be a great Hanzo that protects your healer from flankers and such things, because that's generally the range they'll be at. Also at these ranges, the arrow travel speed doesn't have much of an effect on aim. The same with arrow drop. I mean, it's pretty negligible. I mean, if this Zarya is going this way at full speed, you'd probably fire with the reticle right here and you'd get a pretty good headshot. So that's generally how I think Hanzo should be used, or how I use them, is very short range picks. Like high value picks, I guess, ideally. Got a diva in the face there. So I'm going to try to demonstrate. This match has quite a bit of that I'm hoping to demonstrate, and then some more of like the long range picks. A really lucky shot. This is this is why Hanzo gets a bad reputation, is he gets lucky arrows. So I'm shooting at this Mei, and it's a bad shot. I'm not going to hit this Mei, but was it a McCree? No, Lucio gets unlucky and walks around the corner and catches it. And Hanzo on offense is quite good with his dragon to keep momentum going, because usually what happens when you're in offense and the opponent is defending is they kind of fill in. They start filling into a spot. Like right here, they were filling in here to contest us and push us back. A scenario that happens a lot is like 1, 2, 3 guys will filter in and try to push you back. If you can deny that area with an arrow, with a dragon, that's great. So, struggle to get up thing here. Okay. I'm gonna let this part play out, and then I'll go back, rewind, and tell the different things I was thinking as it happened. This Reinhardt looks thoroughly confused, by the way. I gotta say, I'm not playing the best players right now. This McCree should have got some shots on me. This was pretty early in the open beta, so I'm assuming a lot of these are kind of newer guys that I'm playing against. Not completely accustomed to the game yet. Reinhardt found his balls. So this is a nice long push. We got the cart pretty damn close. Looks pretty good for us. Okay, so that's basically that segment there. Let me go back. Kind of break down the series of events here. So I'm noticing I don't have many teammates near me. They're on the cart, so I'm like, okay, they can push the cart. I'll try to waylay and be a pest at this joke here. I see this McCree tangling with a Reaper. I kind of ignore it. I go, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore this and I'm going to watch the kill feed to let me know what happens to this Reaper. Because if I'm sitting there aiming at it, I might help the McCree out, but it's not my... That's not my goal right now. My goal isn't to like have my left side not watching what's coming out of the spawn and just focusing on this like this gaseous fart of a Reaper. I mean, if I'm focusing on this Reaper in this position, I'm probably just gonna get killed by something that comes out of spawn. So what I do is I go, fuck it, McCree, good luck, and focus on spawn. And watch the kill feed. I look at the kill feed, I see that our McCree got that Reaper, and I go, great, don't have to worry about it, let's focus on the spawn. Confused Reinhardt. So, as you can see here, this is a problem. I'm having trouble here getting the picks I need. If I was a Widowmaker, this would be infinitely easier. And these guys aren't too far away. I mean, they're kind of close. They're not like way down the end of King's Row or anything. And they're hard shots to make with Hanzo. You can get them, but it's not consistent. As opposed to if I was like half the distance. But that would be a little bit risky in this situation. This D.Va is going to be a pest. This is a neat trick to do when you get a Genji in the face and you're on a platform or near a ledge. A Genji, or in this case a D.Va, is they come up on your platform, harass you, damage you. You can jump off and come back up, and oftentimes it's enough to confuse them. In this case, the D.Va didn't have the tools available to come back up. She had her boost on cooldown. So that was kind of a clean getaway. Our Zenyatta helped me out too there with some healing. So at this point, I was gonna jump down. Out here, I was like, all right, I got teammates in there. I got a pocket. Look at this. I got a nice half circle here that I could get behind and help my teammates. They're gonna shoot and engage my teammates, and I can pick for them. Great. I should jump down there. And then I see the Mei ult, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Rip team. I'll stay back there. And I'm trying to clean up at this point, and then I get knocked off again by that D.Va. And there's no pocket. There wasn't really a pocket there at that point. It's kind of broken down. The enemy has like kind of broken into the area, so I didn't jump down. At this point, I should have repositioned. My team pretty much wiped. I should have repositioned and gone back and just kind of waited for teammates, but feeling a little greedy. Not entirely sure which teammates are near me. So I push and I get punished. This D.Va isn't a very good D.Va. That D.Va should have killed me. So, just a D.Va tip. So with D.Va, when you charge someone and bump them, you can melee right after, and it does pretty good damage. So she could have avoided all that scatter arrow. If she charged me and then punched me, I probably would have died immediately. That's kind of like the type of pocket fighting, having your teammates engage an enemy, pick them for them. Missed on that Hanzo bad. Dragon was a bad shot. Trying to recreate what I did before here. Not really working. McCree cleans it up. I probably shouldn't have gone up there. I probably should have waited for the pocket to appear, fight with teammates. So now things are looking different. I got 4 teammates in front of me. I guess I'll go for the flank route instead. I probably should have fought with teammates. Probably would have gone better for us. I'm kind of taken out of the fight right now. I'm kind of useless. I could be getting picks. Failing a scatter arrow on the McCree. I get Reapered. I probably should have gone with the team at that point. There was a strong, I guess you could say, front line that I could fight behind. Let's see if I get my act together this time and figure that out. push him back. Reaper being a prick. Some ambitious alts going out. Now my teammates are kind of like locked up behind me. I'm not really sure what they were doing. I feel like they should have been on the cart. They might have been chasing somebody. We got 2 healers going now too, which is quite nice. The Zenyatta and the Mercy. I like those types of healers. Those 2 healers together. I'm pushing in kind of solo. I shouldn't be doing that. Oh, this is a common Hanzo problem. So there's little tiny geometry all around the maps. Like right here, you see this little lip here. I kind of don't notice it, and I shoot it, which causes the arrows, instead of like primarily killing Reaper, to like all shoot up into the sky, which is terrible. That's something to be aware of as Hanzo, is look for those little knick-knacky geometry that happens in the levels. It can screw you over. I got 3 healers now. That's okay. We'll have a resilient line because of it. Or Zenyatta gets killed. Get very lucky on this Mei. So this is a type of close quarters fighting that can help with Hanzo. Is to stay mobile, kind of jumpy, and try to get like not full charged arrows in the head, just kind of plink damage. Hope teammates can help make up the shortfall of damage. So that one little plink headshot brought her down like a quarter of her health down, and I'm kind of giving out punches too. I guess if I sat there and did a 3/4 charge arrow, I could have probably landed a headshot, but I'd probably be frozen. So this seemed to work out a little bit better. I did have a teammate help me out and do seemingly a quarter of the damage. We are trying to push. I was screwed kind of at this point. I could have probably gotten behind the cart, but I was kind of fucked. Nice revive. Nice Mei ult getting all my teammates. And that was the wipe. That was the wipe that ended the game there. So one great thing about playing Hanzo like this, I guess you could say behind the pocket, like I'm saying, is you can pick off trouble. Like this Reaper comes in, and I wanted to kill him. I should have probably waited a little bit with my arrow to go for the head. But I got him in the body, and it wasn't enough to drop him. But a little less jumpy there, I probably would have stood a chance to kill him with a headshot. See the next one.